Ashbin's office. Ashbin. That's the gist of it, Mr. Ark. Jane. So basically you want me to babysit 2 teens? JNPR is fine, they know to stay out of trouble. I practically had it drilled in their heads, especially Nora. But Team RWBY is a team of loose cannons and emotionally charged teens, more prone to hormones than logic. Glinda. That's the idea, another set of eyes would be good. Jaune. You do know I can keep them from dying, not out of trouble? And besides, I'm already looking after a child. I don't know if I can handle 4 reckless teens. Ashbin. Honesty is good on your part, but just keep an eye on them and make sure they don't get over in their heads. Jaune. And about my daughter? Ashbin. Glinda will handle that. Glinda. I'll have to ask my teaching assistant for help. I'm busy running the academy. Glinda stares at Ashbin, who hides behind his mug. Jaune. Who's your assistant? Glinda. Miss Scarlatina. Jaune just nods, knowing the two will get along swimmingly. Jaune. And my compensation? Ashbin puts a large chunk of some sort of metal on his desk. Jaune's eyes widen as he took the rock. Glinda. Sir, what is that? Ashbin. Mr. Ark will explain. Jaune. How did you come into possession of this? Ashbin. It was actually a gift from a previous Mandalore. Jaune. Which one? Ozpin. Mandalore the Great, who won the Great War. When he became the King of Vale, he made one of my previous incarnations hold on to it until another Mandalore is to be chosen. Jaune. Only one who has achieved a noble and great act is to be given that title. Ashbin. I know, I'm looking at him. I believe you are the one, as you have demonstrated uncompromising honor and dedication. Glinda. You still haven't explained what that rock is. Jaune. It's Beskar, the indestructible material my armor and weapons are made of. Glinda. If it's indestructible, how do your people mold it into shapes? Jaune. Ancient techniques only my people know. This metal is also a part of our culture, as our forefathers were the first and only to discover this. Any outsider caught in possession of this is either we buy it of them, and if they prove hostile, well, no one will ever know. Most people couldn't find any use of a rick they can't break. Glinda took in all the details. Ashbin. Will that be enough as compensation? It's all the Beskar I have. Jaune. Well, with this amount I can be employed until the end of my time here. Ashbin. Good, I trust you'll bail Team RWBY out of trouble. Jaune nods and leaves. Jaune was almost close to his room while he heard a discussion in Team RWBY's room. The conversation is the same as canon. Later that day at CFBY dorm room, Jaune knocks on the door and it opens to reveal a familiar girl. Velvet. Oh, hi. Jaune. Miss Goodwitch told me you were looking for someone to watch over Lilith. Jaune. Yeah, Headmaster Ashbin has commissioned me for a mission. Velvet. Okay, she looks down. Hi Lilith, I guess you're gonna stay here for the meantime. Lilith. Yeah, Papa is busy today. Jaune kneels down. Jaune, okay Lilith, be a good girl now, make sure you behave and don't give Velvet any trouble. Lilith, okay Papa. Jaune, thanks again for this Velvet. Velvet, it's alright Jane, be careful on your mission. Jaune then left, while Coco watches the scene. Coco, so hubby is going to work now, huh? Velvet, Coco. Later at the bridge, Team RWBY and Sun and Neptune faces off with Roman and the Paladin. RWBY, okay bum. RWBY didn't even get to finish giving her order as a rocket flew past them and hit the Paladin square on disabling it. The team looks over to Jaune walking through the smoke. Weiss, what are you doing here? Jaune, I'm working under commission Schnee, I'm a bounty hunter. Team RWBY just gawked at the fact that a teen in their 18th year is a father and a bounty hunter. Jaune then approaches a downed Roman. Roman proceeds to dust off his coat. Roman, do you know how long it takes to clean this? He looks over only to pale at his new assailant. Jaune throws over a disposable scroll that shows Roman's face with a sizable number under his name, wanted bounty 1 million lean. Roman looks to the bounty hunter. Roman, wow, that's a big number. Look, maybe we can be civil about this? Jaune, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold, your choice. Roman gulped until a short girl got in between them. Neo glares at the warrior. Roman then pulls her aside. Roman, listen Squirt, don't make an enemy out of him, trust me you'll regret it. Neo just looked at him shocked to see Roman genuinely afraid. Then Neo's eyes just glowed and the pair proceed to shatter like glass. Jaune, she's able to use solid illusions. RWBY, Jaune. Jaune turns to the team as some of them complained that Roman was able to escape. Young, he got away. Blake, we know Young, we were there. Weiss, you. How in the world are you a bounty hunter? You mean you just do this for the money? Jaune, do you really think that's all the reason is? He glares. Jaune, I just help out where I can, the bounties are just a bonus. I have a kid to feed, or are you insinuating that I should be a deadbeat father? Weiss just shuts up. A bullhead then lands near them. Ashbin and Glinda walks out. Ashbin, it seems quite a mess you six have made here. Weiss, Headmaster how? Glinda, we saw the news of your haphazard operation. All six of you will be receiving detention. Young, come on. We stopped the bad guy. Glinda, and resulted in thousands in property damage and multiple injured civilians. Weiss, what about him? She points at Jaune. Ashbin, I commissioned him to hunt down Roman. That is until you four decided to take the matter into your own hands. Blake looks down. RWBY, but Headmaster, we could explain. Ashbin, we can discuss this later in my office, Miss Rose. Later at a undisclosed location. Emerald, wow, Roman to be beat by a bunch of kids. Roman, it wasn't just them, that Mandalorian is back and he destroyed that Paladin in one shot. Mercury whistles. Cinder, So far you've told me this Mandalorian seems like someone I can bend to my will. Roman, good luck then. So far no one has ever beat even one of them. Cinder, you mean there's more? Meanwhile near MT Glen. Casca, ma'am, we have found them. Then out of the shadows a female Mandalorian steps out. Bo-Katan, good tell Ark we found his quarry.